Well, it seems like every day we get a call about a new scam going around, and now that tax season is here, well, it's only getting worse. And here to talk about some of those scams out there and what you really need to be on the lookout for is Todd Culpepper with Culpepper CPA. Todd, thank you so much for coming in. Good to see you again.
Yeah, great. Thanks to be back.
Let's just start off with some people are telling us that they're getting a phone call and that the person on the other end says they're from the IRS.
Sure.
How do you know if you're answering your phone if that is a legitimate call from the IRS? Do they even make phone calls?
Right. It never is. The IRS will never contact you by telephone. So like you said, lots of people out there are getting phone calls this time of year looking to get some of your personal information in order to try to steal your identity or get their hands on some of your tax refund money. And like I said, the IRS will only contact you by U.S. mail. So anytime you get a phone call like that, it's never a good idea to share your personal information with anyone on the phone. But particularly if they're claiming to be a representative from the IRS, you know it's a scam.
And email. We hear that a lot too, but you just said only through the U.S. Postal Service, so emails are scams as well.
Right, and probably even more of the scammers are trying to use email these days as more and more of our communication is electronic. But again, and some of them are really good, and they make those emails look like they legitimately are coming from the Internal Revenue Service. But anytime you get emails like that are looking for information from you, definitely avoid those, as again, the IRS is not looking to collect any information from you like that. So especially if these contacts are unsolicited, you know it's never a good idea to share your personal information.
What if you do in fact get a mailing, a hard snail mail mailing, you open it up and it says it's from the IRS but something just doesn't look right? Where do you turn to find out if that is legitimate? Who can you call or turn to make sure that even the document you're looking at is real?
Well, of course you can go to the IRS website where there is contact information and you can get phone numbers if you're not sure about what's on the mail that you received and calling that number that's listed there. Or if there's not a number listed, that might be something to cause concern as well. But you can do that. You can contact a local tax professional or someone that can kind of help guide you through some of those questions.
And speaking of tax professionals, a lot of people right now in the process of looking for someone to prepare their taxes. How do you know who you're talking to? Because there's a lot of big name companies out there, then there's a lot of independent companies, and then unfortunately, again, there are some scammers out there that might take some of that refund from you. How do you know that's legit? What do you do there?
Sure, and that's one of the things that the IRS warns against as well, unfortunately, is unscrupulous tax preparers. And it's certainly something that you need to be aware of. Do your homework, do some research, and make sure that you're finding a professional that you know is trustworthy, that is going to take good care of you, and that you are confident in their abilities, but also someone that has references that you can check is always a good idea. Of course, not all tax preparers are required to be CPAs, but if they are CPAs, they're subject to a comprehensive code of ethics and are registered and licensed with the State Board of Accountancy. Not only personally, but if they're in public accounting, they're also with a licensed firm. And that's something that's easy to check with the Tennessee State Board of Accountancy on their website. You can do a search, make sure that someone that's representing themselves as a CPA actually is licensed and that license is active, and also the firm that they're associated with is as well.
That's really good advice, Todd. We appreciate it. I'm sure we're going to have you back in again throughout tax season. We appreciate your insight.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. All right, everyone. The murder trial of former New